What do we got? Dangerous stunts that went wrong. Tuv. Let's check it out.
It's annoying and embarrassing that I even have to say this, but this is a message to the YouTube human reviewer that's about to watch this video. This video is okay for advertisers. Yes, it is a morbid topic, but everything that needs to be censored is censored. Those companies, they're not gonna care if they're in front of this video. It's for educational purposes, and like I said, everything that needs to be censored is censored. It's so annoying I have to say this, especially to you guys, my subscribers. Like, this is so awkward for you guys. I know, and this is how I can reach out to YouTube, by putting this in front of my video. I don't like it either. You know, I used to not care that much because yeah, you guys support Earl and you guys support my music, which I get paid very good on Spotify and Apple Music, but it just hits different because I paid a group of editors to edit this video and I'm not even gonna make profit from this. So it starts getting weird when I get a team. It just like, now I have people that I gotta pay. Don't think I'm gonna stop uploading my videos. I'm not. I love being a YouTuber and I'm not gonna stop this, but like I say before, if you guys see me tone down the content, you know why. This ain't tough switching up. I need to get paid, bro. This is my job. Edgy topics, I gotta push them back. Sorry for starting the video off with this energy. I really am. To my subscribers, I love y'all. Y'all show me that you guys support me
another
no matter
demonetized
what,
video.
and I appreciate that so much. If you guys really want to support directly, you can always buy from Earl, which is my clothing brand in case you guys don't know. I have a Patreon, and streaming my music helps a lot. I don't mean to self-promo like this, but I hope you guys understand. But yeah, that's really it. YouTube reviewer, maybe they're probably still gonna deny this. This is gonna be even more embarrassing for me. But yeah, enjoy the video. In the search for thrill and probably fame, people often end up doing stunts that an average person, like you and me, might consider crazy. In this video, we look into some of the craziest stunts that have been attempted and just how fatal they became, from being accidentally boiled alive to being an adrenaline junkie gone wrong. Today, we'll be taking a look at the most dangerous stunts gone wrong.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I do have a little thing to tell you guys, and that's that I am working on a cartoon. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's called Two Gay Cats.
This guy has multiple projects he likes to work on, man. He likes to juggle. He likes to juggle. Oop.
More information about it, but that's for the future. It's being worked on right now. I voiced both characters. It's gonna be such a cool show, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. I already said that in my last video, but just another reminder that I'm gonna be streaming on Kick, and make sure to go follow me on there. It's at Tuv with 2 V's. That's really it. You guys heard the intro. We're gonna be talking about the most dangerous stunts gone wrong. Some of them were caught on camera. Obviously, I'm not gonna show that part. I'm not trying to get demonetized, but I'll show you guys enough. And let's get started with the video. Woo Youngnin. One of the coolest things on social media is definitely seeing those epic photos of people hanging their feet over the skyline of a city, like this one and this one. Such photos draw lots of attention, and the people behind them, rooftopers, not only thrive on the attention, but also find lucrative deals. These rooftopers often infiltrate restricted sections of high-rise buildings and take pictures of themselves in cool yet frightening places. But what happens when this risky hobby comes with the urge to outdo oneself with every new mission? Well, this is exactly what this next story is about. Remember the second photo I showed you? This is the guy we're focusing on. His name was Wu Yongnin, and he was among the first and most popular rooftoppers in China. Wu, just like many that do similar stunts, would find access to buildings and take photos in insane positions. He would then share the photos on Weibo, which is like China's version of Facebook or Twitter. These posts would bring so much attention, and with attention also came money. He had built a large social media audience, specifically over 1 million followers across different platforms, and he was posting regularly until November 8th, 2017, when suddenly his Weibo account went quiet. While for a moment his followers speculated on what happened, the truth is that he fell 62 stories off the Weiwan Hua Center in Changsha, the capital of a province called Hunan in China. Yes, he actually fell 62 stories, and
you fuck around and find out, dude. That's all I gotta say. Fuck around and find out, right?
There's a video. A New York Magazine article
like, you don't gotta be doing that, man. Come on.
Explains what was happening before the fall. Wu hangs on the side of the building and attempts pull-ups. He manages to do 2, but then he begins struggling on the 3rd one before losing his grip and falling off. An obvious question here would then be, if he did—
Is that the actual clip? Oh my God, that's fucking terrifying, dude.
Why did he fail so terribly? Well, it could have been the fact that he was simply just always trying to one-up himself. In a social media post, rooftopper Charlie_7U, who was Wu's friend, said he went a bit over the top, always trying things that are beyond his ability. However, he wasn't doing it for nothing. Apparently, he was competing in a rooftopping challenge with a grand prize of
fucking, it's a kill yourself challenge, man. Oh my God, man. It's a fucking, how can you die, you know, fantastically? Like, oh my God, that's so dangerous, man. That is so dangerous. What the hell?
15,000 US dollars, which is 100,000 yuan. And so it emerged that he was actually going to propose to his girlfriend the day after the challenge.
That's sad.
So part of the money would have been for their wedding. And he also wanted to take care of his mother's medical
Oh,
bills.
come on. Don't do that to me, Tov. Don't do that to me. Why you gotta do that to me? Don't be a fucking dumbass, man.
2 years later, the Beijing Internet Court, following a lawsuit from Wu's family, awarded them with $4,300 as compensation by Hua Jiao, a live streaming app.
You only got 4,300 for it?
For the minor role that the company played in the death. The court argued that Hua Jiao encouraged the rooftopper's daredevil actions. Every time I see those images, like those risky images where they're on the top of a building, you see their feet hanging, I never really thought about them slipping. I mean, I guess we all think
Everyone thinks about that. What are you talking about? Like, every post I see about like rooftopping and doing dangerous shit, like everyone's like, yeah, I wouldn't fucking do that. I'm gonna, death wish.
about it, but we never actually hear about it. Let's head on to the next one. Second on our
I always
list
assumed that there had to be at least some people that fell and
is
died
Kirk Raymond Jones,
as a result of doing shit like that.
Who lost his job, which was being a worker at his family's auto part business. Jones's stunt is well known and has been extensively covered by many news outlets for the sheer fact that he did the same crazy thing twice. First when aged 40 and then again at age 53. The bulk of the coverage is particularly on his first attempt where he jumped off Niagara Falls and survived.
This guy does not look like a
News, for
stuntman.
instance, did an exclusive interview with him and found out that he took a dive because he had struggled with depression and wanted to die. This was back in October 20th of 2003. And at the time, Jones became the first person to ever survive the fall without protection. In that interview, he explained that he knew, quote, the currents and the whirlpool effects are so strong down there, and that is what kills. He then went ahead to say that after hitting the current and realizing, wow, I'm not dead, I'm alive, the suicidal thoughts went away and he wanted to live. The encounter had apparently given him a new outlook on life. Brenda McMullen, an eyewitness who saw him before the jump, said that he just looked calm. Also, ABC reports that there was a woman who
adrenaline junkie or something?
asked if he was gonna jump, to which he replied, yeah, I think I am. He then proceeded to jump over the fence before running downhill and jumping in. Jones fell 180 feet, and regarding the fall, he said that hitting the water felt like slamming onto a table. He then sank under the water and began being spun around by the whirlpool. He, however, managed to pull himself on the rocks, and then rescuers took him from there. He escaped death, but had broken ribs and bruised his spine. He also got banned from Canada and received a $3,000 fine for the illegal stunt. He told reporters that he was regretful and added, "You'll never see an action in Niagara waters with my name written on it again." Although he said this, 14 years later, he returned.
He did the same
to
thing?
The same
No
location.
shot.
This
Come
time,
on.
the stunt was jumping using an 8 feet inflatable
It's kind of weird that you call it a stunt. Like it was a suicide attempt, the first one, right? It's not. It wasn't exactly a stunt attempt.
plastic ball. Niagara Falls is 180 feet tall. I don't understand how he thought that would help. It's believed that he made the jump on April 19th, 2017, together with his pet snake. Okay, let me just interrupt really quick.
How do you
Why you gotta bring
manage
the
to get
snake
back
into
in?
it, bruh? That is so weird. While the date might not be accurate, the certain
is
bit
weird.
is that he did not survive. Mr. Jones' body was found on June 2nd, 2017 in the Niagara River near the Youngstown village just before Lake Ontario's mouth. This is about 12 miles from Niagara Falls. His pet snake was never found, but the ball was found at the foot of the falls near the Maid of the Mist boat. It's unclear why he jumped the second time. An even more absurd part of the story is that Jones' remains went unclaimed for months and remained frozen at the Erie County morgue. His family had no interest in claiming them. The body was eventually transferred to a funeral home in Lockport before finally being buried at the Oakwood Cemetery. This was indeed a very tragic end to an equally crazy stunt. Dean Potter and Graham Hunt. Have you ever heard of base jumping? If not, don't worry, you don't gotta do your research. I'm about to explain it. Back in May 16th, 2015, two gentlemen, Dean Potter, 43, and Graham Hunt, 29, met their untimely deaths at Yosemite National Park while attempting a base jump stunt. The word base is an acronym for buildings, antennae, spans, and earth. Buildings is for buildings, antennae means radio masts, spans is for bridges, and earth just means cliffs. So a base jump essentially involves jumping from any of these spots to the ground using a parachute. However, because it's an extreme sport, people make it more quote-unquote fun by jumping a certain distance before opening the parachute or attempting clever maneuvers while on their way down. And it was during one of these dangerous maneuvers that Potter and his friend crashed and died. Although we pointed out that base jumping is done with a parachute, there's also a popular version called wingsuit base jumping. This is where the person jumping wears a suit that inflates as soon as they jump off a cliff.
That's crazy.
The suit allows them to steer away from the edge.
It looks fun as hell, but also like
I
don't think I'll ever be able to do it.
That's where they challenge themselves to steer around objects as they descend. You can probably tell where this story is going because on that day, they were both trying to do proximity flying. At around nightfall, they jumped from a Taft Point above the Yosemite Valley and attempted doing the 3,000-foot descent via a route that would require them to clear a notch in a rocky ridgeline. The specific notch that they were attempting was described by a Yosemite staff member as spiny like a stegosaurus and has been speculated as being this one. On the way down, however, Hunt hit the side of the wall while Potter cleared the notch and then crashed afterward. They both died on impact. Also, neither of them were able to deploy their parachutes. Their spotter, who remained unnamed, said she heard the sound of what sounded like a parachute opening at around 7:30 p.m., but after failing to get in touch with them via text as planned, at 9 p.m. she informed the park officials. She had hesitated to make the report sooner because she thought they'd been arrested, and as a way to be sure, she first proceeded to the arranged meeting point. Their bodies were found the following day following a search and rescue operation where they were spotted by a patrol helicopter. The surprising bit about this death is that both sportsmen were not new to the jump. A Yosemite staff member said that
I mean, isn't that common though? Like, yeah, I think that's a common thing is that, like, yeah, these stunt deaths are people, I guess they get comfortable with it. They do it again and again. And each time it doesn't necessarily make it less dangerous. You know, they just get a little slightly more experience, but it's still extremely dangerous, obviously.
On that route about 20 times before. Hunt might have done so too. This is despite the fact that those jumps were illegal, having been banned by the National Park Service. Potter was very aware of his dance with death and severally admitted in his interviews that he knew the possibilities. For example, he once told ESPN, "I'm addicted to the heightened awareness I get when there's a death consequence." 4. Lim Ba. A stunt is normally described as a dangerous activity performed by a skillful person. Now in this next case, I want you to judge if it was just a stunt or a tradition gone wrong. This happened on the 23rd of October 2017 at a Chinese temple in Suala Sanglang, a small village on the Malaysian coast, where during a prayer session, a man named Lim Ba, aged 68, died after sitting in a metal pot and getting steamed for around 30 minutes.
Oh God.
Lim, also known as Black Dog, was a well-known self-professed medium, also termed a magic man. The event, described as the 9 Emperor God Prayer Session, is a popular 9-day celebration that happens every year in the Tao community in Southeast Asia. The event is marked by a great celebration, with many activities going on, including eating vegetarian food. Part of the entertainment and ritual involves mediums like Lim doing what some have termed as bizarre acts. One example is bodily mutilation, like forcing rifles, swords, and similar objects through one's cheeks in a trance-like state. Now, during this tragic event, Lim Ba was supposed to perform his ritual, and during the act, rice, sweet corn, and vegetarian buns would also be placed inside the wok to get steamed. This should probably give you an idea of how hot
They're literally
it was.
cooking them, dude.
So
They're cooking
what
them.
exactly happened? Well, at around 10 p.m., Lim
They
sat
made
in
hot
the
pot
lotus
out of him.
position on the huge wok and clasped his hands ready for prayer as a huge fire was lit underneath. A huge metal pot was then lowered from above.
Did he like make any
completely covering
noises or anything? Like where people like be like, he's screaming, but you know, that's part of the process.
locking him inside. The whole idea was for steam to build up and, quote, cleanse his body and soul. Things, however, went sideways 30 minutes in. The devotees heard frantic knocks. Usually, Lim would knock to tell the worshippers when it was time to remove the lid, but this time, the knock sounded desperate and irregular, completely signaling danger. They quickly removed the metal pot cover only to find him unconscious, with steam fluttering from his body. It was a very bizarre scene of what can only be described as human steam. Lim's son, Kang, who witnessed the whole ordeal, said that by the time the ambulance arrived, his father had already stopped breathing.
Jesus.
Medical personnel confirmed the claim and found the cause of death to have been second-degree burns and a heart attack. The surprising thing was that Lim had been doing the
it's kind of a stunt, yeah,
for
I
about
guess.
10 years, with his highest record being 75 minutes inside a steaming wok. So yeah, I don't even know how you could expect to sit in a pot with fire lit underneath you and not expect to die. What? His family said that they had objections about his performances, but he had continued to do so anyway. Concerning the accident, the Federation of Taoist Associations of Malaysia said that the, quote, steaming man ritual wasn't really a part of the Taoist rites, but rather a fashu performance to showcase physical endurance. They also believe the stunt was, quote, not advisable.
Yeah, no shit.
Isaiah Hall.
No shit.
Videos of cars doing donuts, power slides, burnouts, either on YouTube or other social medias like TikTok, never fail to entertain. These stunts look cool on camera and seem like a great hobby, but sometimes things can go sideways really quick, and that's the kind of tragedy that befell 18-year-old Timothy Isaiah Hall, a famous TikToker from Jensen, Florida. Hall, popularly known as Timbo the Redneck, at Timbo the Redneck on TikTok, met his death on the 31st of July 2021 after a truck accident while doing donuts. His rise to popularity on social media had been based on doing Confederate-style videos, basically showcasing the Southern way of life. In most of his videos, he would be doing activities like fishing, huffing tobacco, and adventuring in his pickup truck that he had nicknamed, quote, Big Booty Judy. According to his friend Tony, Hall would spend the weekends with his girlfriend doing donuts in Big Booty Judy. Worth noting also is that Hall's kinds of activities were mostly risky. This is given that some of his TikTok videos are slapped with a banner. Participating in this activity could result in you or others getting hurt. Anyway, it was while doing donuts in the front yard of a friend's home that this accident happened. Apparently, he lost control of the truck. He got flung from the inside via the driver's side window. The truck flipped over and then landed right on top of him. In a YouTube video, his friend Tony explained that the quote, truck landed on top of him. His whole body, that truck landed on top of him. He passed away. Tony then added that he was making a video as a goodbye, even saying, I just wanted everyone to know that Timbo, he truly appreciated his fans and loved his friends.
That's not that bad too. Like some of these other stunts, it's like, okay, yeah, you're being a fucking dumbass. You're asking to die, but doing donuts in a truck, it's like that's just unlucky, man. Flung from the truck and then get squished by it. Like, Jesus, dude, that sucks.
Reports from those who dug around for her social media account, it's suspected that she suffered minor injuries from the accident. Timbo's mother also made a video about the accident, and it was posted on Timbo's TikTok account. She said, I want to thank everybody for all the fans that he had. He loved TikTok and just believed in all the fans. Everybody that supported him, it meant a lot to him. And that was the last video to ever be posted on his TikTok account. The account now has 269,000 followers and around 2.5 million likes. It's still up, and part of the bio now reads, rest in peace, Timbo.
Damn.
Son Mumu. This next case happened just this year in 2023. It involves an acrobatic couple doing a routine mid-air when suddenly death came calling. The couple, Sun Mumu and Zhang Mumu, both aged 37, were well-known performers in China and had been doing risky maneuvers at different entertainment spots for a while. The horrible tragedy happened during their performance at Central Anhui province village of Hugao, and it sparked a bit of debate about the husband's intention as well as the role of safety equipment for such performances. This is because Sun, Zhang's wife, fell 30 feet from mid-air after he failed to catch her, and this happened after apparently they had been in an argument over the use of safety gear before their performance. There were also claims that Sun might have survived if there was a safety net or a soft landing beneath them. So, what exactly went wrong? Well, in a video that was shared on Twitter by Ticker News, we can see the couple being hoisted up by a crane. Zhang is supported from the back by ropes around both his arms. Sun, on the other hand, hangs onto Zhang by stepping onto his feet and locking her hands around his neck. The couple are quickly pulled up in a smooth motion, but then suddenly Sun's feet seem to slip, and before Zhang could catch her, she loses grip around his neck and falls to the ground. Surprisingly, despite the 30-foot fall, she didn't die immediately.
I mean, I was just about to say that doesn't look that high enough to kill you unless you like land terribly.
Said that she was still breathing weakly as she lay on the ground. She died later in the hospital from the injuries though. Now, as mentioned earlier, based on local reports, some people tried to blame Zhang, saying that he had been in a fight with Sun about safety measures. However, it was generally known that the couple often ditched safety lines, quote, for the sake of looking good, end quote. Also, Zhang denied the fighting claims despite alleged witnessing by onlookers and said that they were always happy. The local authorities ruled the death as an accident and absolved Zhang of any blame. The company hosting the show was, however, fined $7,000 for negligence, given that they had failed to obtain approval from authorities, and they had also not offered safety protection and emergency measures to the performers. Anyway, regardless of who was to blame, this crazy stunt led to Zhang losing both a performance partner and the love of his life. Alright, that was it for this video. If you guys liked it, make sure to leave a like. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to go join the Discord, go follow me on Instagram, go follow me everywhere. But if I want you to do one thing, it's go follow me on Kick. I want to start streaming soon, like I've already said. Oh yeah, go buy something from Earl Does Says go buy the croc charm. But yeah, that's really it for this video. I'll see you guys next time I upload.
Thanks, Tov. That was another interesting watch. Like, I get thrill chasing, but Jesus Christ, man. Some of the stunts that people do is just, they're just like asking for death. Holy fuck. Stupid.